Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, everyone. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, we are here. Thank you for being here. Oh. What's up, folks? What's going on?
What's going on, everybody?
Yep. Welcome back. We are doing our stream challenge week. This is the third day that we've streamed straight. Saturday, of course, we did our stream after Zyler stream. Yesterday, we talked money in the afternoons, and tonight, now we're going to be doing a true crime story, which Krystle is going to be leading.
Yeah.
So, what are we going to be talking about today?
We're going to be talking about the Said sisters. They were killed by their dad back in 2008. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
How you doing, Natalie?
What's up, Natalie?
I'm not in the best of moods today. I don't really like the internet. But we're here, and it is what it is.
Yeah. We were kind of gonna be like, nah.
You know, we almost didn't come on today.
Yeah.
We were just like, fuck everything. But I saw a tweet that said, you know, do things you love, do things that you care about with the people you love, and just put it out and just move on with your life. So I'm taking that advice. I got into it with a bigger YouTuber earlier on Twitter. Yeah, pretty much most YouTubers seem disingenuous as fuck to me right now. So yeah. So if you were to happen to become the subject of a true crime story, I wouldn't care. I'd be apathetic. I'm indifferent to y'all. So. So the Said sisters.
Do you know about the Said sisters, Natalie? I'm pretty sure you've heard about them at least.
All right, we got one person commenting and 4 people watching, so not in the mood today. So just identify who you are, and if you're here to hate watch, we just leave. I'm dead not. Said sisters.
Yep. Should we try to wait and see if other people never heard of them? Okay. Interesting. You're gonna learn something new.
One of the people left.
Yeah, so
good riddance. What do you even waste your time here for? Like, just ridiculous.
So, okay, I guess we could just start.
Let's jump right in.
All right. So, we're talking about the Said sisters. Amina Said was 18, and Sarah Said was 17. They were both born in Dallas, Texas. And that's where they lived. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a backstory about the parents. So Yasser Said is the father, and
say that again.
Yasser
Said. Okay.
Yasser Said. So Yaser. Yasser.
I have a friend named Yasser.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Yasser Said is Egyptian, so he has a lot of different morals and like the whole honor thing with family and stuff like that.
Muslim?
Muslim? I don't think so. I don't think he was
Not
Muslim.
Egyptians are.
Okay. That I honestly I'm really not too sure about that, but he's from Egypt, so he has this whole honor thing about family where if you have daughters, you gotta like kind of like give them away to a husband type thing.
Sounds pretty.
Okay. So so Patricia Owens Saeed, which is her marriage name, um met Yasser when she was 14 years old, and she actually had a crush and was trying to pursue a relationship with one of his brothers. And that's how she met Saeed. That's how she met Yasser, and she ended up in a relationship with Yasser instead. And she was 15 when they got married, and he was 30. And it was through the blessing of her father, because Yasser convinced him that he can take care of his daughter. And what you gotta say, baby?
He was 30 years old and she was 15.
She was 15.
And she was trying to get with the brother. I'm pretty sure the brother was like a teenager.
No, they were all older men. Yeah. They were all older men.
All right. So I was gonna say, if she would have gone with the brother, her life probably would have been different, but it doesn't really seem that way.
Yeah, they all have that mindset and mentality anyway. So
that's messed up.
Yeah, she was 15, he was 30 when they got married. They got married in February of 1987. At first things were going fine, but after the marriage,
Okay, so they got married in 1987.
Yeah, 1987.
But this story we're talking about happened in 2013.
The story we're talking about happened in 2008.
Yeah, okay, but you should just give a backstory.
Yeah, backstory about the parents. So, yeah, they got married in 1987, and things were going good until the marriage happened, and things started getting rocky, became controlling, became abusive. There's even a picture of them where he has a knife to her throat. Like, yeah, he forced her to take crazy pictures. Like, so there's a picture of him holding a knife to her throat, and she was about 16-ish. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Sounds like a lovely guy.
So, yeah, and they have a son. I don't know what year he was born because he's not the topic. But 2 years after their marriage, Amina was born.
Okay.
In 89.
All right.
In March of 89. March 2nd of 89. And the year after that, March 16th, 1990, Sarah was born. So, okay. So by the time the girls were 5 and 6 years old, they told family member on their maternal side that they were being touched by their father. So he was sexually abusing them, whether it was rape, molestation, it's not really clear. But so the family on the maternal side that was told about this information approached Patricia, the mother, with the information, and they started to proceed forward with a case with charges and stuff. And then after that, all of a sudden, the girls then recanted and said that it never happened. So, and they were like 5, 6 years old, between 5 and 7. So after that happened, they continued to endure that type of abuse throughout the years. There's actually video, because he used to do a lot of like home videos. So there's actually video of him in the girls' rooms and like zooming in on like their parts, like zooming in on like their butt and like, you know, their breast and, you know, vagina area and stuff. And you can see like how uncomfortable they were. Like they were like all squirming and like getting under the sheets and like trying to cover themselves up and stuff like that.
It's gross. Do it to your own daughter.
Yeah.
Doing it in general is gross, but the magnitude of how gross it is to subject your own family to that type of abuse. It's fucking crazy. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even get it.
It's like you're supposed to be their protector. You're their father.
Yeah, it's really
Like,
messed up.
so so okay, so they continue that abuse, and then by the time they got to like preteen age, that's when the trips to Egypt started to do the whole auctioning off. So once that started, he started with Amina first because she was older. Um, and then after that, he started to take the trips with them both to then try to auction them off to an older man in Egypt and try to like get money for them. So, Amina was having it. Like, she was just like, no, I'm not doing this. I want to choose my own husband. She was an American girl, so she grew up American,
Yeah, those
you
American
know?
sensibilities.
Yeah,
She's like, oh,
so,
we believe in marriage for love and
exactly,
whatever. Okay.
right. So, um, she was in like a kickboxing like class or something like that, like some type of boxing martial arts kind of courses, and she actually met her future boyfriend there.
Okay.
And so he was like that when he first seen her, like he thought like she was like so beautiful, and he wanted to approach and like start chatting with her, but he thought being that she's so pretty, she's bound to have a boyfriend, so he never
Yeah.
shot his shot. So eventually, they started speaking, they became friends, and eventually boyfriend and girlfriend. So that's something that she literally had to hide from her father, because had he found out, it wouldn't have been good, not for her, not for him. Like, he's threatened multiple times that, if you find out you have a boyfriend or whatever the situation is, that he would kill her, that he would kill the boy and his family. So those are the threats that she lived with every single day.
We don't have a daughter, but if I had a daughter, if we had a daughter and she was a teenager and she was dating some boy and the father said that he was gonna kill my son, or yeah. Okay, we have two sons, yeah. So we have two sons, right? So if he was dating a girl and the girl's father said that he was gonna kill my sons and my family, it would be on and popping for daddy over there. Yasser Saeed, I would have been like, "What you Saeed, nigga? Why don't you Saeed it right now?" I would have busted his shit. This guy sounds like a micro penis having ass motherfucker. I don't know what this whole Egyptian shit got him thinking. If he was gonna come to America with all that nonsense, you should have leave that shit back at Egypt. You're dealing with a whole different type of society, a whole different type of set of rules, and women are free to make their decisions about who they want to be with in this country. I'm an advocate for marriage for love. I don't think you should get. I mean, I get it. People back in the day used to marry for social standing. We don't do that. So let people love each other and marry each other, or even just be with each other. Who said they were gonna get married? They're boyfriend and girlfriend. Kind of broken up 2 years into the relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. The controlling aspect of it is disgusting.
Yeah, so yeah, he like had like serious control over his daughters. Like, he would drive them to work, right? Stay there
Stay at
in the parking lot and watch them through the window.
and none of they boss. Managers have been like, yo, your papa gotta go, yo.
And he would watch them through the window, like from his car or whatever, but he would park the car in a way where he can see inside the store. And she, I believe it was Sarah who was working, and Amina was in the car with the dad. And he
1 second.
So yeah, so she was ringing up a customer. I believe she was a cashier at like some type of like Target, some type of like one of those like department stores or whatever. And she was ringing up a customer.
Which one was this one? Amina?
Sarah was the one
The younger
working.
one.
Yeah, the younger one, and Amina was in the car with the father. This is actually on a recording. This is on a recording. So she's in the car with the father, and he's like talking about, oh no, she's smiling too much, you know, she's smiling too much, she's talking too much, she's chatting too much with the customers, and this, that, and the third. And Amina goes, Dad, this is her job, like she has to do this, like, she has to. He's like, oh no, 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 she's in trouble.
We both used to work in retail. We both know that the fake. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to my store. How can I help you today? We all know it. We all know it. So the fact that he couldn't even understand that,
Yeah.
is wow. Missing King of Dubai.
Oh wow.
Um,
Oh wow.
the King of Dubai is actually missing right now. Yeah, there's a lot. So I'm gonna let you continue because I want to say something, but I feel like it's gonna have to be like a spoiler. So I'm just let you continue, and then I'll come to that one.
Okay. All right. So I don't have everything that I wrote down, so I'm just gonna go from memory and the things that I've seen. So okay, so that happened. The whole job thing, yeah. And so we don't know exactly what her punishment was. That wasn't ever said, or if she even really got in trouble. But so that was a thing there. Um Amina and her boyfriend, they like truly, truly loved each other. Like they like truly loved each other. Like they wanted to be with each other forever. They wanted to get married. They was just trying to figure out a way to get her out the situation that she was in. Like his mom even loved her. Like she's like she has such a beautiful soul.
So like well, not high school sweethearts, but they're like like they were in a class together for the kickboxing thing. So they're young kids growing up together and falling in love. Like, it's like it's like how you want romances to be.
Exactly.
This shit is so disgusting. Father to act that way. He sounded like the fact that him and he really liked that girl. That the fact that his mom and dad knew her, like you just don't introduce any girl to your parents. That's the girl.
Yeah, so like so on their end, him and the mother was kind of like trying to find a way to get her out the situation she was in. Like she even offered, like, listen, she can stay with me. Like she can stay with us. Like if it gets to the point where she literally has to leave and she's really, really scared for her life, then she can stay with us or whatever. We'll figure something out. That's how his mom and him, how they were thinking about trying to help her in her situation. Um so yeah, so at first she would tell him, I can't tell my parents because my dad is like very overprotective.
He's not overprotective. He's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. But this is what she would tell him. She's like, he's like very overprotective, this, that, and the third.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey,
How you
Patrick.
doing? Thank you for coming.
So we're actually talking about the Saeed sister case. Just to give you a rundown of what was said. The sisters were killed by their father back in 2008. They were born 89, and in 90 the mother was 15 years old when she married the father, and he was 30. And then things started to get a little crazy after the marriage between them, and he was also abusing his daughter sexually.
And as they got older, he became more and more overprotective and overbearing. And the older daughter,
The older
The older
daughter.
daughter had got into a relationship, and the boyfriend was trying to help her escape the family, but because she felt like she couldn't open up to her parents about the relationship because of the dad's nature, and so that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, the dad was like, he was crazy. He was crazy. Obviously, he killed his daughters. So, um, okay, so, yeah, so as time went on with them and their relationship and stuff like that, she started to slowly let in on what was really going on in the home. So that's when he's like, "Oh no, I gotta help you. Like, we gotta get you out of there." You know, and eventually Sarah ended up in a relationship too. So he found out about that. So um it got to the point where Amina actually had a cell phone that he had given her specifically so she can speak to him privately, because the father will look through phone records and all that stuff from the phone that he given her or whatever. So the mother bought her a little prepaid phone so that they could keep contact, and she had to hide the phone. He finds the phone, and he pistol whips her. He fucking busted up her lip, fucking eye bloody. Um, yeah, so he beat the hell out of her when he found out that she had a boyfriend.
Wow. So instead of like, it's like when Skylar caught Heisenberg with the two phones, but it's like it's like Heisenberg caught somebody with two phones and he just went ballistic. It's crazy. Yo, how do you
Yeah.
pistol whip your daughter for having a phone?
Mm-hmm.
And you can be angry about it. You can be like, "What is this?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, or whatever. Don't I give you a phone? But then it's just like, but then if you look at your nature, you have to hide things from you.
Mm-hmm.
Like on the real, strict parents don't make good children. Strict parents make sneaky children.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's if you are way too strict on your children, they're gonna find ways. Like they're not gonna want to be honest with you because everything is is an overreaction. You're always flipping out, always flying off the handle, and when you do things that are like the type of abuses that he was subjecting his daughters to, like it's unfathomable. I can't. I'm truly like, as a father, I'm ashamed, like, to be like, yo, I'm a brown guy with kids, and this other brown guy with kids killed his kids over nothing. I couldn't even,
Mm-hmm.
nah. Like even if I was like some super villain, you know what I'm saying? And my kids were superheroes, and it came down to like them fighting me to save the world. I'm gonna let my kids kill me. you know. Um, so, okay, so the phones,
Yeah.
pistol whipping.
Yeah, so that happens. She goes ghost, so he doesn't know what the hell happened to her.
Just the young.
No, this is Amina. It's the older one.
Oh, so we found out the older one was having. Oh,
Yeah.
we found out about her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's So not much was really said about Sarah's love story. I think that, she probably started dating him a little before they got killed. So
I'm a perfect example. I had a strict father by 15.
by 15, forget it. She went crazy.
Yeah, like yo, you can't. You got. I know why the cage bird sings. You know what I'm saying? Like the bird wants to just spread its wings, and when it does, like it's gonna soar and it's gonna fly right into walls, just because it has the ability to fly. You're gonna make people. That's what happens. We see it all the time. So many young women who grew up in strict households, and when they get a bit of freedom, they don't know how to act, so they go all crazy. If I feel like everything is okay with like in moderation. You know what I'm saying? You got a young daughter, she want to date somebody. You be like, yo, listen, you gonna date some boy? You gotta bring him to the crib. If he don't pick you up, can't date you.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then my, if I had a daughter, she'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna respect it. And if the kid's gonna be like, wait, I have to meet your, and yeah, you have to meet him. And then it'll be like the scene. And I imagine you a 15-year-old boy and you're coming to meet me. Holy shit, right? And if he comes in, oh, I think your daughter's really pretty, and I'm like, you know what, yo, relax, kiddo, relax. I'm not gonna kill you. I know I look mean, but just don't hurt my daughter, and we won't have a problem. And then he'll be like, yes, 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 mister. And then they'll go. And then, and then he'll bring her back on time because he's like, I don't want your dad to kill me. And then boom. I don't have to be strict. I've set boundaries. The kids respect them. You know what I'm saying? And then I will then go and have the fatherly talk with my daughter to be like, hey, listen, I was a boy. Don't listen to none of this young boy's telling you. Because he's trying to get in them panty drawers. Right? So, and then, but to be on that, oh, you were smiling too much at work.
Yeah.
And you can't have a pistol whipping your daughter for having a boyfriend. You're bugging up. In Texas too.
So yeah. So that happened. And then she goes ghost because obviously he takes the phone away from her. He doesn't know what the hell's happened to her. He's like kind of freaking out and stuff. Because he knows the situation of that she's living in. So, he's freaking out or whatever. And then I think she eventually like reaches him through email and lets him know, that she's fine, that her father found the phone, that he beat her, and, basically told him everything that happened. And so eventually the girls start to like tell their mom like, we gotta go, like I can't do this no more, like so and something that happened between Yasser and Patricia, that Yasser's the father, Patricia's the mom, something that happened between them where they had a falling out, and that's when the girls had approached their mom about it. So they end up leaving. They leave, they move, they rent a house, they get new phones, they switch up everything so that, the father can't find them. So, everything's going good for maybe a month and a half to 2 months. And then, within that time, Yasser is talking to his sister-in-law and basically saying, have you heard from Patricia? I miss them. I miss the girls. This, that, and the third. And the sister, like a fucking dummy, because this was stupid, goes and tells Patricia, Yasser's looking for you. He says he misses you, this, that, and the third. But don't go back to him. Why would you tell her that to begin with?
Yeah.
You don't want them. You don't want them there. You don't want your sister and your nieces there. But yet you're gonna tell her,
lay a message for him.
Exactly, which makes no sense.
Yeah. No.
So then, at that point,
like for example, I got a sister. She's a year younger than me, and the dude that she's engaged to is a good dude. Doesn't hurt her. Actually provides for her. Is a stand-up guy. But if he had ever did anything to her to hurt her, and my sister felt like she needed to leave with the kid, and he came to me telling me like, oh, well, I'll be like, yo, go fuck yourself. Don't ask about my sister. Don't ask about the daughters that you did this to, because she knows everything. Get the fuck out of my face. You miss what? You miss your control. That's what you miss.
Yep. So that's what happened. So in the time where they were out and he didn't know where they were or anything like that, she was keeping in contact with the boyfriend or whatever, and they were actually planning on moving together out of Texas. So they were planning on moving together out of Texas and getting married and starting their life together. So that message gets relayed to Patricia by her sister about Yasser, and the girls find out. Amina and Sarah find out about that phone call, whatever, and they tell her, do not call him, because then he's gonna have a way to track us down. He's gonna have a way to track us down, and I don't want that. I don't want to go back, or he's gonna convince you to go back. So he convinces Patricia to go back, right? So, Patricia leads the girls on to believe that they're not gonna be living in the same house with Yasser, that they're gonna be with her mom, and or her aunt or whatever. So they're not gonna be in his vicinity at all. So, although they were reluctant to go, they went anyway.
To be with their mom.
Yeah. They went anyway. So, when they finally get back to where they were going, she tells them, no, you're staying with us. You're staying with me. You're staying with Yasser in this house. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, that happens. They're like pissed off. They're scared. They're all different types of emotions like they're feeling right now. So, then this is like maybe like 2 or 3 days before New Year's, where he tells Patricia that he wants to take the girls out, New Year's Eve for lunch or dinner or whatever, and have a talk with them. So the day comes and he has them December 31st, 2007. He has them December 31st, 2007. He was a taxi driver, so he was driving around in his taxi when he ended up shooting and killing both his girls in the cab, and he ditched the car. And he ends up shooting Amina in the face and in the chest and like torso area. And Sarah actually calls 911 and calls and says, I've been shot or whatever. I'm dying, help, and all that. And it's all in the midst of her like trying to fucking breathe because she was shot. She was also shot in the chest. She was shot twice in the chest and she didn't die right away. Amina died instantly. So they ended up dying, and he's actually been on the run ever since until last year.
Oh, so they found him last year.
And they finally caught him last year. I believe it was around the summer, like summerish, springish.
Has he been tried yet?
No, I don't think.
So he's awaiting trial. He's currently in jail though.
Yeah, he's in custody. He's definitely in custody right now.
Just want to send a message. I probably won't reach him. Hey, Yasser Saeed, you're a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. And I hope you have a very nice time in prison. Night night, keep the butthole tight. Fucking bastard.
Yeah.
Like you taxi driving Uber scum.
And then
like think about it. You drove a taxi. You never had to drive your daughters and coming from anywhere. So they wasn't out there being crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you still did such a disgusting thing to shoot them. To shoot your own flesh and blood in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Over your own Napoleon complex that you got.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is disgusting.
Mm-hmm. That shit. When I first seen the documentary,
it's sad.
I was just like, what the fuck?
Now, I'll say this. I understand where some women come with the saying, the phrase, men are trash.
Mm-hmm.
Because this man killed his own children. His progeny.
Mm-hmm.
Murdered his own progeny. And ended his legacy early. You know what I'm saying? There's no way his daughters, they seem to be well liked, respectful young women. Another Egyptian father, oh my daughters make me so proud. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is disgusting. I really hope that he gets not only justice be served by him like having to go through prison and hopefully probably getting a death sentence. I don't know how they do in Texas. Hopefully he gets the death sentence for that. You kill your own kids, you deserve the death sentence. But I hope he makes a lot of friends in prison. Ones that are gonna stick it to him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He deserves that. He deserves it. People probably, well, how can you say that? He's not a human being. A human being wouldn't kill their own kids over having boyfriends, over not wanting to live with him because of the abuse that he did. He's a monster. I was gonna say something earlier about honor killings. You ever heard of honor killings?
Yeah, actually, the documentary I seen about them was called "The Price of Honor."
Yeah,
the
is
Price of Honor.
That is an honor killing.
It was an honor killing
that happened here in America.
Yeah, that was an honor killing.
That is something that is rampant in Middle Eastern countries where Islam, not Islam in its totality. I mean, there's a certain sect of Islam that is really big on like the oppression of women. You know what I'm saying? I know a bunch of Muslim brothers. They don't feel that about their women. Even though when they came from Pakistan, he's scared of his girlfriend. It was his wife who he has a child with. He's like, he's scared of her. She's like, oh, she's not a fucking joke. You know? And I could see why. A woman who has to deal with, oh, you want to show your hair, we kill you, whore. She's like, fuck that, right? And then she got to be like a problem, you know. So keep doing it, Arab world.
And then also a thing I wanted to add was that so the funeral happens and everything. The boyfriend actually goes to the funeral with the mother, right? And the brother, because remember I said earlier that they had a brother, an older brother, and he actually pointed him out. He was like, "This is your fault that my sisters are dead."
Oh no, I would have banged on their brother.
He was like, "This is your fault that they're dead."
No, this is your father's fault. I didn't kill your sister. Your father did that. The man whose nutsack you swam out of.
Well, you also have to think he was the boy, so he was being raised in a way that the girls weren't.
Yeah, he was getting the spoils.
He was getting the spoils.
Oh, look at my little prince. Oh, I'm missing.
Right, and he was being raised with that mentality.
That's disgusting. So he was in Texas. Ain't nobody, no Sandy Cheeks ass chick said, "Oh, we don't do that here in Texas. Not here in Texas."
Yeah. So all right. So that happened or whatever, and the mother of the boyfriend, I was like, it's almost like they won because of where they buried the girls. Like, they had a shitty life. The girls had a shitty life. They had a shitty end to their life. And where they lay to rest is a shitty cemetery. Like, that cemetery is so nasty looking. Like, and the mother was like, it's as if they won anyway, because look at where you're laying. Because she was there at the gravesite, and she's like speaking to Amina. She's like, it's like they still won because look at where you're at. Like, this is a disgusting cemetery, you know. She was like, we love you, we will always love you, Sarah, we always love you too, this, that, and the third and stuff. It was really sad. It was really sad.
There's I do agree with Natalie. The old school men from certain places could be very abusive. We're traditional, but not traditional in the sense where I come in and I'm like, "Where's my dinner, woman?"
Yeah,
we don't do that. We're traditional in the sense that I'm the provider, she takes care of the homestead, but that's the situation we got.
Yeah,
because we know that works best for us. It's sad that people would stoop to lows like that, killing your own blood, like your own fucking children. I could never. I could never. I would die for my children. I'd kill for them, but to kill them, nothing. No. If it came down to that, there's something wrong with me. Like,
yeah.
How does a man live with himself like that? Like, I hope they haunt him in his dreams. I hope he can't sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he tosses and turns in his bunk when he's like, you better stop it up there and give me. I'm gonna ask for that chong chong. Like that ass.
And they actually almost caught him back in 2017, but he actually slipped through their fingers. So he would have been caught way earlier.
You see, but that's crazy because I'm
he
pretty
was
sure
on the run for 12
he
years.
acted like he was a good guy, clean cut, all this stuff, and people. And it's just like, y'all see how it is, yo. The people who make it seem like they're the nicest people sometimes are the worst. You know, like the devil you know, right, is not better than the devil you don't, because people don't even see them for the devil. It's like that was their father.
Yeah, and it's like the mother does have part in everything that has happened.
She has culpability.
Yes, she does, but at the same time, look at the life she was living. Like if she
was manipulated from shit.
Exactly, she was literally controlled and brought up in a way to be this person. She didn't wanna, go against him. Otherwise, he would end up killing her too.
Just put it in the frame of reference. A man my age married a 16-year-old. I don't even. The youngest person I talked to was my nephew, who was 17 years old.
Well, youngest people are the boys.
Oh, yeah,
but
we don't like we chat. We don't have like talks. Like I would with my nephew, who's growing, who's older. He comes to me for guidance. And it's just crazy. Like imagine me being so jealous of, like, let's say my kids because of what they're doing. Oh, no, you're gonna, and I kill them. He wouldn't have done it to his boys, and then you could see there's a clear like sexist distinction on how he treated his daughter. He used his daughters. He subjected them to torture. That's torture. You're supposed to be somebody who's rearing these children, and for them to be, productive members of society, and you're basically torturing them with your carnal like desires. That's disgusting. Like. I really I hope somebody gets put in the hole every day for fucking that man. Like he deserves it.
I hope they're not protecting him. That's one thing I hope they're not doing.
I don't think there's no Egyptian gangs in prison, so he's fucked.
No, I'm talking about as like correctional officers.
Oh, like, they're not gonna protect him. No, they're not gonna protect him because they understand. Listen, everybody in that cell block gonna know what he did. There's documentaries about it. Everyone gonna find out because they have a way that they're gonna be like, oh, there's a new guy, Yasser, whatever Saeed. They're gonna send a kite outside, and then person gonna be like, oh, that nigga, he killed his daughters. And when it gets word, when word hits the cell block that he did that, everybody in that cell block gonna hate him, and ain't no way a fucking CO gonna protect him, right? Especially when some of these COs are corrupt, right? And some of these COs also want to see justice doled out. So they're gonna be like, oh, he killed his daughters. Oh, he think he's a tough guy. Let's see how tough he is. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll like literally how many times don't eyeball fuck me, little fucker, right? The fucking CEOs talking like that, right? They're gonna let a man who killed his daughters just walk like he's not gonna get touched. Nah, they're not gonna do. They're gonna let him get touched all the time.
Especially since they've been trying to find him for 12 years.
Yeah, especially that 12 years. You could have 12 years. He could have started a whole nother family, had a whole nother daughter that he could have abused. Thankfully, that's not what occurred.
Yeah.
It's actually sad. So we got that. Yeah, they do put him in in protective custody. So they might be. Still get touched there though. When they moving somewhere, somebody gonna say something to somebody. A shot caller just gonna go, right?
That's him.
And then that's it. That's all they gotta do. And it's gonna be over for him.
Do you guys want to see the pictures of the girls, like what they look like and what their father looked like?
Oh.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had the mic muted. But yeah, so this is what Sarah said. She said this one is Sarah, the darker skin one is Sarah, and the lighter skin one is Amina. So Sarah said that she actually said I'm dying in the 911 call. She said, someone please help me. My father just shot me and I'm dying. Um yeah, they were really young. Amina was 18 and Sarah was 17 when they died. Look at this guy. Look at him. So yeah, this guy, man. Um, this is actually the family photo. This is the brother. This is the mother. And this is the father, obviously. This is Amina, and this is Sarah. I feel like this picture is a little eerie for me because I feel like he probably have been touching Amina at this point. Look how tense she is sitting on his lap. She looks tense. That smile is very forced. She looks very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. This is actually from a clip of the video that I mentioned earlier where he comes into their room and zooms in on them. As you can see, this is Amina right here. She covers herself. Sarah's back here. Sarah's back here, just completely covered. Her head and face and, like, her body is covered. Um, um, this is the cemetery that they're in. As you can see, it looks extremely raggedy. There's barely any grass. Um, I can't really tell whose stone is whose, but that's done side by side together. Um, this is actually Amina with her boyfriend. This is the guy that was actually trying to help her out of the situation she was in. This is the one that she actually wanted to run off with and marry, who she fell in love with, and who got her the cell phone so they can keep contact with each other. And this is actually from one of the documentaries. This is Amina. That's Sarah. Hello, Wendy. Um, yeah, so this guy is just a sicko. This is a picture of the funeral. I believe this one right here was Amina, and there's another casket in the back. I believe that is Sarah. Here's a picture of him holding a gun. He's holding his gun. This is also another clip from the same video of him being in their room. See, Amina was actually telling him to leave. So this is Sarah's tombstone. Sarah Saeed, March 16th, 1990 to January 1st, 2008. And this is Amina's stone. As you can look how dirty this cemetery looks. March 2nd, 1989 to January 1st, 2008. Yes, this is the honor killing case. Yes. Yes, the price of honor. This is about the Saeed sisters. Wendy, did you know that he was actually caught recently? Last year. They finally caught him. He was on the run for 12 years. And he was actually almost caught back in 2017, but somehow he slipped through FBI fingers and he got away and was on the run for an extra 3 years. And yeah, so they finally caught him. Don't know. Actually, let's see. Let's Google what's going on with his case.
Hey folks, I'm back. Hey Wendy, thank you for joining us. I was gone for a little bit. I'm back now.
Yeah, they were both born in March. Amina was born March 2nd. So after celebrating her first birthday, her sister came along March 16th.
Oh, so they were Scottish, Irish twins, as they say.
Yeah.
Wow. That's sad, you know?
Yeah, both born in March. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back up. Let's see. Let's go to all. And let's look up Yasser. Yasser Abdel Saeed is an Egyptian American former taxi driver who is accused of murder. For 12 years, Saeed evaded arrest for the January 1st, 2008 fatal shooting of his two daughters, Amina and Sarah. The bodies were found in his abandoned taxi cab in Irving, Texas, on the property of Omni Mandalay Hotel.
Left him at that. You really try to make it seem like somebody did something to their daughters. All right.
So, let's see what are his charges. If there's anything said about that.
Wow, Yasser said family members charged with concealing.
His son is one of them. He's actually in custody too.
Oh, I hope the son has a good time in prison too. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
And his brother, I believe it was him, his son and his brother are all in custody for helping hide him.
For killing his own daughters. Yeah, and so yeah, these are the same type of dudes that believe that if you complete jihad, you go to paradise and get 70 virgins, right?
What?
It's the green.
Oh.
All right, so I think. What do you think? What do you think about Krystle presenting true crime? I think it was really good. I think it was a good stream. She's really into true crime.
I am a huge true crime head. Like, I'm always watching something new. Like,
yeah,
always finding out of a different case and like coming back and telling Zales like, oh, I'm just listening to this case while I'm cooking and stuff, and then telling him some crazy shit, and he's like, what the fuck?
All right, so I think we're gonna go from this case, and we're gonna touch on another case that's kind of recent. That just happened. I guess I'll talk about this one.
Which one?
So I don't know if you guys know, we are from New York City, and in New York, we have a transit system that is used by a majority of the people who live here. And the residents of New York have basically been terrorized in the last couple of days because there was a serial killer loose on the train system. 4 homeless people were stabbed at random, and 2 ultimately lost their lives. The newspapers dubbed him the A Train Ripper. Luckily, they have found the man. I saw some photos of one of the victims that was just it was gruesome. They were on the train, like sitting on the train bench, and they completely bled out, like a sea of blood. You know,
Wow.
um,
Is crime stories something that you guys would like to keep watching? Because I have a good amount of stories that I could tell.
so they have a guy in custody. So see if we can find a picture of him.
Oh, that's the knife that he used.
Yeah, that's the knife he used.
Like that. The blade is like that big. That's the blade.
So here's a picture of him right here. His name is Rigoberto Lopez. He himself seemed like someone who was, not doing so well. Uh, he was when I saw footage of him being arrested, he looked like he was wearing tattered clothing. So he himself looked like a
He
homeless
seemed
person.
to be homeless.
A lot of people in New York are having problems getting on the subway. There's a lot of crime happening on the subway. It seems like since there's less ridership, it seems like the number of incidents on the trains hasn't lowered proportionally.
Mm-hmm.
It actually seems like there's more incidents now, especially since there's less ridership. There were
Because
people.
I feel like it's less eyewitnesses,
Yeah.
less this, less that, so they get away with it.
And so there has also been a recent number of people pushing other riders off the platform, like in the way of oncoming trains.
Mm-hmm.
That has been happening a lot. So if you are in New York, please don't stand by the platform. Like, don't stand by the edge of the platform. If you are, please take account who is around you. Somebody could be standing right across the platform from you, just waiting for you to just take your eye off them for a second, and they'll try to push you, under the train.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this guy stabbing random people on the train. He seemed to be targeting homeless people, which there's a huge homeless population here in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But he seemed to be targeting homeless people primarily, but he was stabbing them at random, unprovoked. If you was on the train and you wasn't dressed your best that day, he probably would have tried to stab you. Let's just be real. You don't know what's going on.
And it just goes to show like how prevalent the homelessness in New York is, because if this guy was also homeless, I feel like he probably, committed these crimes just for shelter and food. Like if that's the case, then it just goes to show that people here in New York are not being taken care of
He was
properly.
also homeless. It says here, homeless double slave / suspect Rigoberto Lopez. He's only 21 years old.
Wow.
A young man, and now he's gone. He's gonna be going. He's gonna be going up the river for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
There were
Yeah, that knife was huge. That knife was huge, huge. It looked like a chef's knife. Like the size of the blade was very much chef knife like.
and then we also got to talk about. So that stuff that's happened in New York. Luckily they caught that guy and he's off the streets. But then this is also something that I know a lot of people were talking about. This happened like last week. There was a woman attacked
Oh yeah,
in
yeah,
Harlem
yeah.
at a liquor store. Some guys walked up, tried to.
Good with that first one.
Woman was after work, went to go buy herself a little bit of wine at the liquor store, and some young men came, offered to pay. She refused, so she's like, "Nah, I got my own money, I'm good." And so then the one who offered was, confronted her like, "Oh, you think you're better than me? You think you're better than me?" And so him and his friends, they jumped her, attacked her, kicked her. Somebody bit her on the face.
Mm-hmm.
And this happened in Harlem. They actually have the main culprit, the guy who was in the red coat. I don't know if you've seen the reports, but he was wearing a red coat in the video. So, We're just gonna show you.
And go back a little bit because it shows that she's by herself.
Yeah, she's by herself. Let me show you real quick. So the guy in the red coat was caught. His name is Tyrone Cooper. He's from Brooklyn. He wanted to pay for the girl's drink. The woman's drink. She didn't want to, talk to him. Didn't want him to buy the drink, and they jumped her. You can see when she enters the store, she's by herself, completely by herself. Gets followed in by these knuckleheads who can't take a L. Who can't say nah, like I'm good. Thank you, no thank you. I'm good. You don't have to do all that. And that is the woman right there with her eyes blurred out. She's wearing a mask to protect her identity. But yeah, this Tyrone Cooper cat. Yeah, you saying don't send me to Rikers because of my asthma. But I thought you was a savage, bro. I thought you was a goon. You biting women out here on the face. You don't want to get sent to Rikers? You a day room ass nigga, bro. I hope they beat the fuck out you. Hope somebody beat you with a fucking broomstick, you fucking herb.
Exactly. So now it just says a woman just got killed in Jersey for being turned down.
Yo, listen.
That's just fragile ego.
Yo, the men out here, like I say it all the time. You can ask Krystle. I don't fuck with a lot of the niggas out here because these niggas is straight fucking. I wouldn't even say bitch made. They're not bitch made. These motherfuckers are high powered cowards. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous. A girl don't want to talk to you. If you go, first off, stop trying to holler at a woman. If you're gonna try to holler at her, be a fucking man about it. When you see her, you don't go, hey yo shorty with the face, yo shorty wearing the pants. No, you get no play for that. Use a herb, nigga. You want to talk to a woman, you go up to her and say, yo, hi, nice to meet you. I think you look very pretty today or whatever. And if she don't want to give you no play, then keep it moving. There's plenty of honeys that will give you play, bro. There are plenty of them. You don't need to, like I said, it's okay for these girls to be on their hot girl shit, right? Just find yourself a hot girl. Just find yourself a girl who's gonna bust it for you. And you don't have to be putting your hands and feet on nobody. And it's crazy how women are scared to say no. Like, yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, yo, you see my girl in the street and you holler at her and she don't say nothing, you leave her the fuck alone. Because if you do something to her, you're not gonna have to worry about NYP. You're gonna have to worry about me coming after your bitch ass. You hear me? I'm not playing with these niggas, bro. I think these motherfuckers are soft, bro. Y'all hang out in groups and y'all jump women, but y'all don't jump killer cops. Y'all when these fucking racist motherfuckers come around and fuck shit up, right? I ain't seen one of you beat up a racist motherfucker during the riots. So don't do it to these women. You know what I'm saying? These women who are out here on some shit, they're the backbone of all communities because niggas out here ain't shit. And most of the women are taking care of children by themselves, sired by these ain't shit ass niggas. We gotta do something better. We gotta do something better with society. Like, first off, women, stop having babies by any nigga. Stop it. Right? Niggas, stop following. This goes for women too. Stop following the fuck boy example and the fuck boy mindset. Because you don't know how many times I hear feminists, oh, but they do it too. No, stop it. You want to lead by example. You want to be, all like you better than somebody, act better than somebody, do better. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, oh, they do it too. The whataboutisms, so you can justify your own fuckery. That's fuckery, and if you do it, you're just engaging in fuckery as well. Nobody says, oh, I want to provide for a family like a good man. No, they want to sleep around like a bad one. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, people out here, protect yourselves. I think every woman could be carrying mace right now in the city. And they can try to get just macing. To be honest, if I could, I would gift her a little tutu. Little nigga play the tutu with pearl grips. So nigga get crazy, she just hit him with the tutu. I would do it, but she'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? But I'll do it. I would dead do it if I could. Yeah, yo, yeah, it's crazy. Like, girls can't get dressed up. Girls can't do nothing because these niggas don't know how to act, yo. And it's just like,
And
yo,
it's
who
crazy.
raised
And it's
y'all niggas,
crazy
bro?
because, you know, even with your hair up and with sweatpants
They
on, a
still gonna
big
holler.
t-shirt,
They still gonna
they
holler.
still they still try. You know how many times I've been hollered at looking like a straight up fucking bum? Like,
These niggas is
it's
thirsty.
ridiculous.
They're
It's
thirsty.
ridiculous.
They're thirsty. They're so thirsty. Like, yo, listen, like you think I bagged up Krystle back, hey yo ma! Hey yo ma! Let me holler at you. No, that's not how it happened. That's not what happened. You know, so I don't know who raised these guys. This whole shit, like, yo, some shit, like, I really feel it's due to there being no men around. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no men around. We have no fathers. No, they have no fathers. I had a father. All right, and my father taught me, yo, listen, don't disrespect women. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if a woman disrespects you, go ahead, violate his shit. Be be silver tongued if you got to. But you don't gotta put your hands on her. You don't gotta do this. You don't gotta do that. And if she with you and she act crazy, yo, just you move on to the next one. Like, dead ass, yo, like my nigga, like on some shit. I don't understand. Like, these niggas be talking about how they get the biddies and all that. Yo, if she act crazy, don't chase him, replace him. You talk all that shit. Let's see what you really about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
Yo,
yo,
shorty.
like yo, it's gotten so
Hey, yo,
bad.
ma.
It's gotten so bad that women think that catcalling shit is cool. You know this shit don't work for men. Why are you gonna catcall me? And then me being yo, my nigga, yo, if I was a girl, niggas would hate me. You know what I'm saying? Because I will violate them. I will violate shorties when they go, I don't know you. Get your thirsty fucking thirst bucket, smut bucket, fucking head ass out my face, bro. I don't like you. You know? What makes you think that? Oh, I didn't like you before. Now you just being overtly sexual and being like making me uncomfortable. That's really gonna bag me up. Yeah. You know, we also got to teach them. We can't have them be too soft. You know what I'm saying? Because most shit, nice guys finish last. You know, we all know that. They don't like the nice guys. You know, have your boy teach them in a way that they're confident in themselves. You know, but they don't have to ever do nothing like crazy. Like, you know, the craziest thing I want my sons to do if a girl act crazy, you dump her and you find a new one. And then we say, I can't believe you. That's the worst I want you to do, son. That's the worst I want you to do. Right? Hit them where it really hurts.
That's
The
awesome,
ego.
Tor. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have I think it's important for all kids. All kids just need to have their both parents. You know what I'm saying? And when I say both parents, like the shit with the Saeed sisters, I feel like they had no parents in that situation. Because their father was an abuser, and their mother was manipulated from a young age. So she was already like mentally weak. There was no way she would protect those children. She was already in a situation. So they had no parents. They were technically orphans. Yeah, they were being raised by people, but there was nobody there to like really advocate and protect for like, yo, let somebody do something like that to my kid, bro. Like, yo, on some shit, like, you make me bury one kid, you gonna have to deal with me. You make me bury two kids, ain't nobody gonna stop me.
And that's all we have is two.
Yeah, and we have two kids. You make me bury one kid, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. You make me bury two kids, I'm gonna end your life. I mean, that's like, you know, that's so crazy. I can't believe it. I can't believe he did that. And then we got all this crazy shit going on in New York. People say the world's getting crazier. I think the world's always been this crazy. We just hear about it a lot more often. Right? People are able to report on stuff. It was funny because we were actually gonna do the Cecil Hotel story with Alyssa Lamb, but we watched the Netflix documentary
And it turned out she wasn't killed.
Yeah, it turned out it was an accidental death.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, we can't talk about that. There's no true crime
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it. Yeah, you see, Tori's a mama bear. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure Natalie is a mama bear. And
Mm-hmm.
she got 4 boys. You know what I'm saying? She's
Mm-hmm.
like, no. And it's the thing, like, I'm one of the things I'm really starting to see that really bugs me about a lot of like feminist, you know, rhetoric is that they're cool with abusing their boys just because they're boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard some crazy shit. I've seen some crazy shit from feminists towards their sons. I've seen feminist Twitter. If I knew I conceived a boy and I was gestating a boy, I would get an abortion so there'd be one less man around. And it's just like,
It's like, damn, you hate men that much?
you hate men more than you love your own son.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, really nice. I don't know about that. It's weird. Um, I kind of think that I don't know. I don't want to blame anybody on Skid Row for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like people would want to blame Skid Row so quickly, and it's just like, nah. You know, there's an accountability factor. She went out there by herself. Somebody who was taking medications will not take their medications and had a pattern of going into psychotic episodes when they don't take their medication. Um, if I knew my child was traveling to a whole different country, I would at least ensure that they had somebody with them. So if something like that were to happen, I
Mm-hmm.
don't
They
end up
had
losing my
somebody.
kid. Because think about it, she would have walked around Skid Row bugging the fuck out. People would have just thought she was just a regular Skid Row person. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Um and I mean, I would like eventually, I mean, we have our 2 kids. You know, I'm just trying to get their lives straight, but having a daughter is something that I think would be, you know, nice. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yeah. Like I believe in certain things. Like men and women are equal. They should have equal rights. Women's reproductive rights should not be dictated by fucking laws. Like, like I believe it's a woman's choice whether because she has to take the brunt of the pregnancy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And if a woman, like, you know, now if she gets pregnant, she's with a boyfriend and something like that, and she gets it aborted, and you know that it's a touchy subject. I feel like males don't really have reproductive rights, you know. So I believe that females should keep their reproductive rights, but also at the same time, there should be protections for men.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, best thing to do as a man, wrap it up, do what you got to do.
On some real shit, if the boys ended up with someone who, you know, we can already see what kind of person they are, and they end up pregnant, and I can tell through sonogram pictures, like if I can tell from early on that it's not our grandbaby,
Mm-hmm.
I'm requesting a DNA test. I'm gonna push the boys to go and get a DNA test because that whole
Paternity fraud thing.
paternity fraud, um, what you call it? I'm having a brain fart right now. Child support, all that. Like, there's men out there paying child support for children that are not
And they are
theirs,
legally obligated to pay for those children that they know are not theirs.
that they know are not theirs. Wasn't there a man who was paying child support for a child that he never even met the woman?
Yeah,
He never
he
even
was
met.
paying child support, and then he went to the thing. They went to the court, and he's like, "I don't know this woman." Still had to pay the child support, but like, how, how? And then the woman admitted, "Oh no, I never met him. I just wanted to pin it on some guy." Of course, never took
They
that into
say after like
consideration.
they say the man is free to not pay child support if he finds out he is not the father before the child is 2 years old, which is stupid. So this is what I'm saying. If the boys end up with a chick that I feel like she's trife, and she ends up pregnant, we're doing a DNA test the day that baby's born,
And then
type
like,
shit.
it's like, I'm not even saying nothing about you. I just want to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're like, oh,
Especially if they don't.
I'm gonna be. If you calling my daughter a whore, I'm gonna be like, yo, if your daughter says, if your daughter is sleeping with my son and her kid ends up not being my son, and that makes her a whore to you, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say that. I just said that may not be my kid's son or kid's kid.
Yeah.
My son's kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. A lot of craziness going on in the world. I feel like really has to do with accountability. But all right. Well, that is it for tonight, folks. We will be back tomorrow for our What Wednesdays. We actually got some company. Gonna chill with us for a little bit. And
Oh, he's coming?
yeah, he's here. I don't know if yeah.
Oh.
So hope to see you guys.
Do you guys want to see more of this? Like, should I bring this as a series to my channel? Should we continue doing some streams on certain like cases or anything like that?
What's going on then?
No. Literally, the guy doesn't even have to be on the birth certificate. It could be a completely different man on the birth certificate, and
yeah, he would still have to.
And he would still have to pay child support.
Maybe.
Just because she said, "Oh, he's the father."
Maybe we'll talk about that on Thursday.
We could talk about that on Thursday.
Maybe talk about men and women. Talk about. We did the red pill thing last Wednesday, but we didn't really talk about it because we only focused on people we don't agree with. But I feel like maybe if we get both men and women here to talk about it on Thursday, and we could create a dialogue in which bridges the gap, because I feel like men and women, we need each other. We're both sides of the same coin. And I'm not saying like biological men and women. I think there's a space for everybody. I may not understand transgender people, but they people too, and they need love. Maybe not for me, and that doesn't make me a transphobe. Mm-hmm. I'm just a cisgender person. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if anything, we'll be back next Tuesday with another true crime thing, or if you want to do Money Monday, or if anything, we'll do alternating weeks. We're trying to add more days onto our stream just so we can be more consistent on here with y'all, because the community is dope. Y'all always show support, and we appreciate it so much.
We truly appreciate all you guys that show support. So I guess on Sunday, because we still doing our go live every day for this week. On Sunday, I guess we kind of like do a rundown. Everybody like vote on what you guys want to see on the days that we don't normally stream, and tell us what is it that you guys would like to see for that week, because we're only gonna add one day to our normal Wednesdays and Fridays schedule stream.
Yeah.
So maybe Money Monday, and then we do What Wednesdays and Fallback Friday, or True Crime Tuesdays, What Wednesdays, Fallback Friday, or whatever we do Thursday, or whatever we decide to do on Saturday. So on Sunday, I want you guys to
we love you
vote
too,
in. We love you too.
Yeah, so vote in. We'll let tap in with us. We'll be active. We'll be on the Twitter. Let y'all guys know what we're planning, so you guys could kind of pick and choose what you're feeling that week. Maybe Thursday we'll come in with some men and women talk. I know we'll be back tomorrow for our What Wednesday, so come back tomorrow for reactions. And yeah, I think that's it. We have some company, so we don't want to be bad hosts, even though he's in the bathroom.
Also, this was I didn't really get everything in order the way I wanted to, so the next true crime story will be much more in depth. I already have who I want to speak about, so yeah.
And let's see what else. Yeah, follow us on the Twitters, on the Instagram. Keep contact with us. We're open to just talking. And the true crime stuff was really cool. I like that. We got some ideas to come with the true crime stuff. If we continue doing it, we might even just make it like videos on her channel or whatever.
Yeah,
we'll try to figure it out.
Yeah, we've got some ideas. Like the true crime series is gonna eventually move to my channel once we figure everything out, because we have some ideas for that. We just gotta figure out how to do it, and like, costume and get up and all that. So right now, I said costume. Yeah,
yeah, and we're just trying to see like, we're just this week is a challenge stream week. We're just trying to find what other content people enjoy from us. We're both very different people. And so like yesterday we did the whole big brain analytical money thing, and then we talked about crime. Oh, maybe one day we'll get into financial crime. You know. But yeah, hit that like button. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
we'll see you guys tomorrow. What time we going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, so we'll be here at 7:30. 7:30 tomorrow.
7:30 is.
We're also trying different times throughout the week just to see what, just to experiment. We're just fucking around. Yesterday
we did 4 p.m. Today we did 9:30. Tomorrow 7:30. Thursday we're not sure yet, but we'll
6 in the morning.
We'll definitely let you guys know when we go on Thursday, and it'll definitely be put in the Discord. So, guys, we love you. Peace. Have a good rest of your night. I am Diamond.
I'm Zales.
And we are the Carbon Couple. And we're signing off.
Signing out.